The other people.
As far as the mutant mailbag, now this is a very interesting thing here. And I was going to read a little bit of this mutant mailbag and see people's perspective on it. And it kind of ties into um, my Facebook post of the baby. So if those that want to write in, they can go to the mutant mailbag, midnightmutants at hotmail.com, midnightmutants at hotmail.com.
That's a
And
throwback.
that's a throwback, and it's still active. And this is where I actually got this mutant mailbag letter, because I guess somebody had still heard the show but thought this was the email they listened to before. So this was the email, and I'm curious as to what some of the audience thinks, and so I'll just read it. So it says, I don't mean to be curmudgeonly. I love babies as much as the next person, but their sheer existence doesn't necessarily spell bliss, and it would be appreciated if that fact was acknowledged. In addition to the stress of everyday life, why on earth would anyone want to bring another human into this already decaying world and add even more stress to their lives? That's not even counting the additional hassle, heartache, and everything else that comes along with it. As this person says, they have done countless hours of research, and the negatives and risks far outweigh the positives, 36-4 up until this point. They also say, I do realize I'm in the minority, and I'm glad when I see people enjoying children and treating them well. I often wish that I could feel differently, and feeling this way makes me feel inhuman, even more so than I already do on a regular basis. I know that feeling this way has kept promising relationships at bay in the past, and unfortunately, I know this will ruin the best relationships in the future too. Sadly, I'm already bitter towards a child that doesn't exist or may come in the future because I know the outcome. It's in the knowing and in the envisioning of the future that makes me saddest of all, because seeing you or the loved one with a child will hurt more than anything. So that was the pretty heartfelt message that was
Wow.
in the mutant mailbag. So I thought that I would really share that with the audience.
Yeah.
And
There's a lot to unpack there.
it is a lot to unpack. And I was thinking about this. It tied in with the, I got that message in the mute mailbag, actually last week, but we didn't get to do it last week. So I read it, and then that's when I, started looking up some information about having kids and things like that. And then I found that picture of you, Grant, from the movie About a Boy. Have you ever seen that movie About a Boy?
No, have not.
And I think they turned it into a TV show as well. But it's a fun movie. It's a good movie. But I found that email very troubling.
Tell me more about that.
The troubling part, or what?
Why? Yeah. What did you find so troubling about
The
that?
troubling part is, it seems to me that in Pam or Kristen, Tara, if any of you all have any advice as well, it seems to me that this person seems to be stuck in some kind of between a rock and a hard place, is what it seems to be like. And it seems like they want to do the right thing and want to be happy and want this loved one to be happy. But in order for that to happen, they're not going to be able to have that happiness. It's kind of like, if you love someone, you're going to have to set them free. Like, if you truly love them. It just seems like that's the kind of dilemma that they're having, and that they really, they love kids, they love children, but it's not something that they feel that they can put upon their shoulders and carry into the world. So is that what you got from it?
I don't know. I don't know what I got from it. I think that there's just a whole lot to unpack there. I think it was what was the first line? I don't mean to be curmudgeon.
I don't mean to be curmudgeonly. Yes.
Curmudgeonly. I don't know. It sounded a little curmudgeonly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It really did.
sounded a little curmudgeonly, and that is a term that I have not heard since the Mutants era. Curmudgeon.
But that does sound like something Vogue would say. So this could
A,
be a ruse by Vogue.
it could be. Does it have a date on when that was sent?
Let's see if I can go back to the email.
A bad-tempered person, especially an old one.
Oh.
Cranky, sourpuss,
No,
old trout.
it's got a August 7th, 2020. So it's pretty recent.
Oh, recent. I didn't even know people had that address anymore.
Yeah, it's a pretty recent thing.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm very surprised, but I will say this. I do feel kind of honored that somebody would feel as open and honest to send us that kind of an email. So keep sending the emails if you want to, if people want us to answer any kind of a question. They can email us at midnightmutants@hotmail for the Mutant Mailbag, even though this is the other people's show.
I would love to hear what other people have to say. Like, I would love to hear. Here's my challenge to you viewers. This time next week, when we're doing another show, I want somebody to post a rebuttal to that.
Please.
Yep, I want to do a post a rebuttal, and then I want that to be read on next week's show. So somebody needs to step up, send it to, what is it, midnightmutants@hotmail.com, at AOL.hotmail.com, hotmail.com, post the rebuttal.
I mean, if they want to go to Virginia Running at Gmail, they can do that as well. But to keep it, I'll still call it the Mutant Mailbag.